off we go on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And it's 3rd down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
And the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Block working out of the gun. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Clock now to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Yard line.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. shotgun snap to Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
They run with Connor. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
He'll try and run forward with Connor. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st and 10 is Connor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. To the right side to Eric Ebron. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there and a first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
On first down, it's Connor. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Malik Jackson.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. McFarland running out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. We're scoreless after 1.
With no score. Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though. Doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun. Lock. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, Johnson. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First down.
They'll run on first down. Connor, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made at the
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, McFarland. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
On first down, it's Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
You're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
Number 19,
Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Broncos nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19 from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Locke. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Operating from the gun. Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Broncos 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
winners.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, block. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lock gonna throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Block. Oh, he'll air this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos push further out in front.
For the extra point.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
21.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
He'll take it at the 42. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
9 brings up 2nd and a yard at the 43-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 5 now. Lock. This is the tight end Fant. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Gordon on the carry.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 6 at the 12.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
For the field goal, a 34-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
5-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Steeler 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with McFarland. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
2nd and 11. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
10.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw it is Locke. That's caught left side by Judy. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's a
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3.
From the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Johnson on the return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Kaepernick. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Dustin Colquhoun now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun. Locke. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Another nice pickup through the air. And I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But